I hope my lifestyle change also worked. I trust everybody at the back can see me. But let me get straight into it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start off by saying that the executive mayor would have liked to have been here to do the welcoming. But we have a council meeting at 10, so it's a last minute preparation that needs to happen. So therefore, I'm here quickly. As you know, we do have a coalition government and every council is important. So therefore, I'll have to ask you to release me at around about 9:45 in order to be there for the start of council meeting, which normally starts at 10. So yes, just apologies beforehand. Program Director and Professor Muronga, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Internationalization of Nelson Mandela University. Dr. De Vries, he's the Director at UYILO E-Mobility Programme. Esteemed sector representatives from government, industry and academia, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, friends, good morning. On behalf of the Council and the people of Nelson Mandela Bay, I would like to applaud the insightful UYILO E-Mobility Programme leadership for having chosen Nelson Mandela Bay to host a platform which will engage the critically important role players in industry, government and academia to deliberate on e-mobility, which is the future of mobility. We are the heartbeat of South Africa's automotive manufacturing hub. That's a fact, a home of the country's automotive excellence. I'm therefore pleased to welcome you to Nelson Mandela Bay, a premier space where innovation, collaboration and opportunity converge to shape the future of mobility. It is heartwarming to see that part of the conversation will be about exploring innovative interventions for inclusive participation, including the SMME sector, guided by the doctrine of leaving no one behind. An equally important aspect of inclusivity will be buttressed by the development of skills which will be deployed through the full value chain of the transition to e-mobility. In the spirit of the theme of Transport Month, which is open and close quotes, the journey towards inclusive mobility for persons with disabilities, close quote, I am certain that we will have due regard to the inclusion of persons with disability through the necessary orientation and recognition for participation in domestic and global value chains, both during the transition to e-mobility and beyond. Through our Economic Development, Tourism and Agriculture Directorate and partner role players, including our Infrastructure and Engineering, as well as the Environmental Affairs Subdirectorate of Public Health, we remain seized with a challenge to drive investment, support innovation, and build an inclusive, sustainable automotive economy. We recognize that the challenges of ailing road infrastructure, unreliable water, and electricity supply are among the key challenges which have a potential to jeopardize the future of the automotive sector in the Bay. The recent announcement by the Executive Mayor, Councillor Pabalwa, on the appointment of planning professional services will go a long way to addressing the above challenges. This intervention entails the appointment of 17 multidisciplinary teams of professional service providers, a first of its kind framework that ensures speed, coordination, and accountability in how we deliver development across Nelson Mandela Bay. Accountability is the one that really stands out for me. These teams bring together expertise in town planning, civil engineering, land surveying, environmental management, architecture, and conveyancing, all working together to move projects from paper to progress. This is yet another display of our commitment to doing more, faster, and better for our people. This framework is a symbol of that commitment, a practical tool to turn plans into projects and projects into progress. Ladies and gentlemen, my last page. Program Director. We are cognizant of the need for partnerships if we are to thrive and realize our mutual goals. We see the need for coordinated action, accountability, and above all, collaboration. That is why we appreciate this platform. It is quite evident to us that no industry can thrive without a skilled and future-ready workforce. As and while we transition into an era of electric and driverless vehicles, smarter manufacturing, and changing global supply chain and blocks, the demand for new skills is accelerating. We must therefore scale up training initiatives, particularly in Nelson Mandela Bay, where youth unemployment remains highly unacceptable. This means expanding academic partnerships with industry, investing more in apprenticeships and learnerships, and aligning curricula closely with the real needs of the automotive sector. Just before I conclude, yesterday while my son was preparing for his EMS, which is accounting, I don't even know what EMS stands for, economic management science probably, and during his break, he went onto this new thing called ChatGPT. And I didn't know that he knows about ChatGPT. And for some other reason, he decided to put my name in there. And he put my name in and he put a couple of other search words. And lo and behold, it brought up every bit of information about myself. And he sat there and he's staring and he's reading and he's reading. And eventually I interrupted him. I said, his name is Shay. And I said, Shay, it's time for us to start again. He says, Daddy, I'm just reading something quickly. He's in grade 7. No, grade 8, sorry. I said, what you reading? He says, no, I just ChatGPT'd you. And it was remarkable how accurate it was. And how when he came to the controversial part, I said, son, now we must start with studying. I don't think he finished, but yes, that is something that really blew my mind, that that is how quickly one can see exactly where I come from, what I've done over the years, for the last, I think it summarized all my movements for the last 4 years. But in conclusion, it is my pleasure to welcome you all once more and to wish you success with your deliberations as you engage in a historic drive to shape our transition to e-mobility. I thank you.